Here's the addiction. You can think of it like a planet. And here's you. The longer that you succumb to this addiction, the heavier the planet's going to be, and the harder it's going to be to escape it. The more attached you are to the addiction, the harder it's going to be to escape it. A lot of times people try to force themselves to quit an addiction, and it feels good at first. I'm never doing this again. I'm free. I quit. And then inevitably, they fall back. Because they weren't ready. They tried to quit, but they weren't ready. Those urges and those thoughts and those compulsions came back to haunt them, and they fell back to it. The addiction, any addiction, lives within the subconscious mind. How do I know this? Because you can't consciously decide yourself out of it. If you could consciously decide yourself out of an addiction, addiction wouldn't be a problem. You could just decide yourself out of it. But you can't. It's locked. It's in something else. You're going to have to influence your subconscious mind if you want to free yourself from any addiction. Any. Whether it be a thought addiction, a chemical addiction, anything. How do you get free? You need to build subconscious momentum. Here's you. This is the addiction. If you're going to break free, you need to build subconscious momentum. You need to go every day and reflect on why you want to free yourself. And you need to articulate why you want to quit. Some people do this in therapy, like talk therapy, like going to a counselor. Some people do this through meditation. Some people do this through going to meetings like AA meetings. I'm sure you've heard of AA, which is Alcoholics Anonymous. There's all types of ways to achieve articulation and reflection. This is how you get subconscious momentum going. If you do this enough, articulation and reflection, you'll get going so fast, and there'll be so much subconscious momentum that you will be free of the addiction. You'll leave it behind. It takes time. But it is possible. The same way you got into an addiction is the same way you'll get out of an addiction. The nature is slightly different, but the process is the same. What's the best way to build subconscious momentum? What's the best way to do this so that we're not forcing ourselves away and then falling back, forcing ourselves away, falling back? How do we actually build up enough momentum within our subconscious mind to be free of the addiction? What do we have to do? The best way, in my opinion, from what I've been able to learn, is a reflection articulation routine called the 533 routine that I developed. I developed it because I was trying to free myself of an addiction, and it worked. And I used it on another addiction, and it worked. And then I used it on something else in my life, and it worked, and I realized articulation and reflection are the keys. The 533 routine is simply a writing reflection routine that takes 12 minutes a day. You can find a complete tutorial breakdown of how to do this on the channel. That's how much time it takes. 12 minutes a day. This is the beautiful thing about the 533 routine. You don't have to force yourself to quit anything. Just live your life the way you're living. Start doing the routine every day and watch what happens to your mind. There is a way out. Have a good day. Thanks for clicking on the video. I'll see you in the next one.